Welcome to a lecture on Buddhist philosophies, on one I love called mindfulness, specifically what I like to call objective versus subjective reality. So, in all my everyday situations, I constantly ask myself, how close am I to accepting objective reality? So, reality is two ways, right? In this video, it's me talking to you objectively. You're looking at me, this whiteboard, a shitty drawing. That's objective reality. Subjective reality is your perception of the objective reality, right? If you think I'm ugly and you hate my tattoo, then you're looking at an ugly guy with a bad tattoo teaching you about bullshit. That's your subjective reality. That's not what's in front of you, right? Objective is me just teaching you shit. Apply that to any scenario, right? So let's take someone rejecting you romantically. Let's say you had a date. You text them, hey, I'd love to see you again. They never answer, right? Objective reality, why I draw an eye, it's like just the pure objective, what you see. Not what your mind sees, what your eye sees. The objective reality would be, I left unread text. That's it, okay? The subjective reality is your mind's reasonings as to why the objective reality occurred, which is, I'm not worthy, I'm fat, fuck that bitch, she's here for my money, making a billion reasons as to why she didn't answer you. So what creates a suffering? Okay, if you were to answer that question in your mind, what would it be? It's this: objectively, an unanswered text is just an unanswered text. That's what it is. Okay, the subjective reality you create from that is what creates the suffering in your mind, which is all the self-deprecating thoughts, the shameful thoughts, the whip you place on your own back, accusing yourself of wrongdoing. All those thoughts are the subjective reality, which creates the suffering, right? So going back to my question, and why it's important to ask yourself, how fast can I return to objective reality? Because objective reality doesn't hurt you. Your perception of objective reality also hurts you. That's step one, okay? That's the base Buddhist layer. Where I like to take it further, because it's more realistic, your feelings are objective too, okay? Let's go back to the rejection example. The person you went on a date with didn't answer your text. Objectively, they just didn't answer your text. But objectively too, your feelings are true, okay? You're gonna feel rejected. That feeling is part of reality. That feeling is objective reality. What's subjective about the feeling, though? The subjective side of the feeling is your analysis of the feeling. So if you're feeling rejected, you don't want to feel that way, right? Our minds are designed, our egoistic survival minds are created to not make us feel rejected, right? Because we felt rejected in evolutionary days, that would mean we wouldn't have a tribe to be with and survive with. We die. So literally, if we were rejected in evolutionary psychology, in evolutionary biology, they say that you wouldn't fit into a tribe, therefore you'd be dead. So your brain takes rejection as I'm dead. So it'll create perceptions, subjective perceptions of the sensation of things like I'm a terrible person, I'm bad. Your brain's gonna think it's dying. So those perceptions from the feeling are part of subjective reality, but the feeling itself is objective. So how can we take the objective feeling of rejection or any negative feeling and remove the subjective illusions we create about the feeling? Feel the sensation with presence and not go into your head. So, in that moment where you see the text isn't answered, in your body, feel the rejection. Don't resist it. Be present with it. Go back to a time when you couldn't feel that way, right? If you were a kid and that girl you loved rejected you, your mom rejected you, your dad rejected you, your teacher rejected you. All those moments are beautifully coming up right now for you to process them in the past. You attracted this rejection to feel all those woundings from the past. Be present with the woundings. You have a beautiful chance right now to release them. If you can be present with the sensation, if you gift the present moment with your suffering, if you give the present moment with your suffering and you feel your feet and you stay with it, you don't go to your head to make all these stories, it'll clear, it'll pass. You'll clear energy from the system. So to summarize all this, objective reality is what you see. Subjective reality is what your mind sees based on creating perceptions of what objective reality is. The next level is the feelings, right? When you feel something, the feeling is objective. The feeling of anger, the feeling of jealousy, the feeling of rejection. The feeling is objectively there. It's part of the reality. It's part of the present moment. The subjective side of that is the rationalizations, the illusions your mind creates to not feel the feeling and to reject the feeling. So to answer both of those, how fast can you return to objective reality? In all seconds of your life, try to just be present with what is, what exists, both externally on a surface level basis and internally. So be with your feelings and be with what's existing outside of you. I promise you that it's the most simple way to view life that will lead to the least amount of suffering. Because again, your subjective illusions based on your ego are what create the suffering in your reality. The more you can return to objective reality, the less you will suffer. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this, please leave a comment, say how it helped you, and subscribe, please. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to watch more content, please click this video right here and don't forget to subscribe right here. Thank you.